All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. And it is Professor Nat here, live from Speaker Training 101 and Public Speaking 101. Happy to have you here. Welcome to our school community. If it's your first time here, you're accessing this video at school.com/Professor Nat, and it is part of our 101 course series of different content that we offer for young professionals for their own personal and professional development. We have a growing network of individuals and even some different groups and companies that have engaged us to help young professionals really find themselves, find their dream careers, their paths, their personal brands, and potentially their voice. And that's what we're talking about today. If you're familiar with our school community, you know that we have courses in various subjects and we're constantly updating those courses. And we really can't thank you enough for the input that you've already shared and you continue to share with us about what other courses you need or want to learn, because we have access to a slew of experts in various fields because of our networks who we can bring in to help to create those courses and that content. The way that we've structured our school community so far is by offering free courses just like this one at the 101 level on each of our content areas. And then you can graduate or gradually bump up to the 200 level, 300, 400, even I would argue graduate level courses in professional development. So think about, you got your undergraduate level. This is like the intro course all the way up to getting your MBA or your doctorate degree in some of these subject materials and matters. And that's what we're going to be growing and building. So welcome here to Public Speaking 101. This is your free version of a 101 course specifically to an area of expertise of mine, which is public speaking. And I actually just have it's just a prop microphone, but I thought I would show you and have it here because this is actually part of my story. And I talk to you and tell you all that I have different contacts and people I know all over the world and networks, very specific niche areas of expertise. And this is one of mine, this microphone right here. For more than 25 years since this happened, I'm going to hold up a picture on the screen. Check this out. Since this happened, it should zoom in. That's me when I was a young professional, and this was my first ever job out of college. Look, I'm doing the same thing now. It's Nat on a mic. But Ripken Baseball hired me as a sales intern, and they put me into a cube farm, and I hated it. And then they gave me a microphone, and they sent me out on the field to entertain 7,000 to 8,000 people every night all summer, and I knocked them dead. And I did it because not so much that I was inherently a good public speaker. I was fearless. I wanted the microphone. I enjoyed getting out there. It was genuinely my dream job. Watching baseball, interacting with the game, interacting with the crowd, with the experience. After the games, watching fireworks and cracking open some of the extra beer in the kegs and eating crabs. They had crab nights at Ripken Stadium because you're down outside the Chesapeake Bay and Baltimore, Maryland area. So it was a dream. What a dream job at 21, 22 years old. But what it gave me the opportunity for, which is part of our lesson today, which I'm going to use my whiteboard here for Public Speaking 101, it gave me the opportunity to practice and get really good at this skill. And so today in Public Speaking 101, we wanted to introduce this very basic concept of public speaking to you and share with you a couple early tips and tricks that you can use and leverage to help make you a better presenter, performer, public speaker as a whole. You'll see also, by the way, we have a version of this class we call Public Speaking 201, which is a paid course, one of our paid courses here at school. It is a fully produced 8-module course that you can go purchase for $99. There's also an option to add on one-on-one coaching with myself and our team beforehand. But I thought I would briefly introduce what the 201 course is about. 201 will take you deeper. There's homework assignments at the end of each of the 8 modules. It's a handful of videos within each one, little lectures, I like to call them, with Professor Nat. But in this process, so here's my evolution, okay? Early Nat, this was before I was Professor Nat, early Nat on a microphone in front of 7,000, 8,000 people. Trust me, I was not as good as I am now in terms of a live event performance. It's been 25 years, so I've been working on and practicing the skill. I've spoken in front of more than 1 million people in my lifetime. That's a true story. And I've spent way more than the amount of time that Malcolm Gladwell would tell you needs to be spent to become an outlier within a certain niche area of expertise. Tens of thousands of hours worth of practice. I also ran and was the lead delivery person and facilitator for a team building company where I was doing 50 and 60 events a month. Do the math, think about it, a couple per day. And they were in front of like small 20-person companies up to, again, larger basketball, football arenas, you name it. I've been there and I've knocked the crowds dead because I constantly got the practice. And this is your first of, there's about, there's about 5 main tips here that I wanted to share with you specifically about public speaking that can help to make you better. And number one is practice. If you want to get better at public speaking, you want to work on this skill as it relates to your professional development, you've got to practice. So when you're on the Zoom call later, turn on your freaking camera and your microphone, engage and practice speaking in front of other people. When you get into the next classroom that you're going to be in, or your next meeting as an intern or whatever, like speak up, practice speaking. When young Professor Nat was doing this, he made a lot of mistakes. This looks very good, polished. Look, I'm holding a t-shirt, probably ready to throw it to someone. I look very like stern. I'm standing up straight, I'm polished. It looks good, but no. I'm probably saying something stupid, and I probably got yelled at by the general manager literally the next day for saying that stupid thing. You've got to practice. You've got to be willing to get out there and say some things in different formats and forums that can help. We go a little bit deeper on this in Speaker Training 201, but it's the first big pro tip here in Public Speaker 101 for you. Number two is make it easy. Make it easy. We go a little deeper. We call this something different in Public Speaker 201, but make it easy on you to deliver and your audience to understand. So don't try to say too much. Don't try to do too much. Keep it simple. If I go back to my example of why I think I got so good at this skill is because I only had 60 to 90 seconds, honestly, between, like, this is what this picture doesn't show is you see the people behind me, my crew, they were called the flight crew. They were running around behind me. Like, we had 90 seconds to 2 minutes. If we got closer to 2 minutes between the inning of a baseball game, the umpires were like looking at me and going, get off the field, because I was the guy with the mic. And I'd be like, okay, everyone quick off the field. I had to be quick and sufficient and concise. And I had to make sure the sponsors were happy because we were maybe doing like a sponsored spot or like a commercial, or we were playing a game like a dizzy bat race or something on the field, but it had to be succinct. It made it really easy for our audience to understand. Now, audience also was in a baseball stadium. They knew what they were getting. They were getting some in-game, in-between inning entertainment. But practice, make it easy on your audience, which makes it easier on you to deliver. Talk about or find the things or the rooms you want to be in speaking about something that you're passionate about. You're passionate. Put an exclamation point up above that one. Exclamation point, passion. Lean into the places you want to speak. If you're getting on that Zoom call later and it's not a place you want to be, then don't speak up. But if it is a place you want to be, a place where you want to have influence, a place where you want to have your voice heard, start to practice and speak up. Build out not only the parts of your specific story you can tell, but how they connect into whatever that thing is you're working on. Maybe it's your own venture, or maybe it's your high-powered internship, or maybe it's an opportunity for an upcoming class or a new connection that you're making through an informational interview or something. But find the things that you're passionate about. I was so passionate about sports and baseball at 22 years old, I can't even tell you. And so it just oozed out of me. It emanated and oozed out of me. So find your passions, speak about what you care about. Number four, look at speaking and consider speaking. And this is like a 4-part basic simple model to become a better public speaker. Start to practice, make it easy on yourself and your audience to understand. So maybe tell like one story or one joke, or keep it very focused. Find your passion and consider and think about public speaking as an art. If you notice, and it's a little bit odd for me because I've had to relearn how to speak into a camera, like I'm speaking to no one right now, and I'm used to 8,000 baseball screaming fans from 20 years ago responding and yelling and asking for t-shirts and telling me what to do, what not to do, how the team's doing, blah, 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 blah. It's a very different format. But if you can consider and think about, and we dive deeper into this in Public Speaking 201, so that's an option for you. You can purchase that right here at our school community. Consider speaking an art form. Think about all the things that go into a really incredible and amazing. I don't know what your favorite medium of art is. Maybe it's movies or TV or social media content, or maybe it's physical art like painting or drawing or a book, a really well done book. The amount of thought and time that goes into the experience that the person is going to have is what makes good art really good. And then you allow that person to interpret that art in the way that they want. So going back to my baseball stadium example, we had a lot of advantages because we had screaming baseball fans allowing us the opportunity to create and design, which I considered it, these artistic pieces in between innings. So they would catch people off guard, or they could perceive them in a certain way and go, huh, this is still baseball, but this is also really fun. And I like Nat, and this is cool. And I caught a t-shirt, or I didn't catch a t-shirt, so I added him. It was all part of the design. Look at and think about public speaking as an art form or design. Again, we dive actually a lot deeper into the performance art of speaking and some real high level pro tips and tricks and how you can physically get better at this, like what you look like and how your body position and all of that. But this is a great introduction. This has been Public Speaking 101 with Professor Nat for our school community at school.com/Professor Nat, where we're building up a whole repertoire of professional development courses in various subjects, specifically here, public speaking, but others. So thanks so much for joining us. Please consider not only taking some of our courses, letting us know what you thought. Consistently throughout the history of this community, we're going to be pinging you, our members, and asking you, what more do you want to learn? What other subject materials could we dive deeper into? If you want to do a deep dive with me into public speaking, let's go, because where this is all led is I work now outside of the classroom and outside of our school community here with former pro athletes who want to be public speakers. And so I teach and coach them, and then we go and book them for $5,000 to $50,000 for different packages and speaking. You want that to be you? Great. You want to build this into your repertoire to become a powerful public speaker so you can be an expert CEO someday? Wonderful. We're here to help. Your next step is let us know what you thought about Speaker Training 101. Maybe you could respond to some of our community chats about what you learned this month, or you can move on to Public Speaker 201, which is our first paid course here in our public speaking track. So over there, you also there's a special offer and option for coaching sessions as well. So you can get one-on-one coaching time with me and take Speaker Training 201, or you can just take the course. It's $99, well worth it. 8 different learning modules to dive deeper into these 4 concepts. But for now, this is your learning, your outcome. Your homework from today's video. I always like to end my videos with a lesson and homework. Your lesson is think about how to practice, make it easy on you and the audience, find the places you really want to be speaking of, and consider public speaking as an art form. That's your lesson. Your homework is to let us know what you thought about this video, share in our community chat, what else you want to be learning, and how else we can help you. So thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed. It's Public Speaker 101. Look forward to offering you many more courses and interacting with you in the future. Thanks. Bye.